Hey everyone, this is Samlock24, and today we're going to be talking about the updated Forbidden list and the skill rebalancing. So let's go ahead. Well, that's the incorrect one. We'll go ahead and receive all. And then we'll go ahead and go into the Forbidden limited list and skill rebalance. So attention all duelists, as announced earlier, changes will be made to certain skills. Please see below for details. And thanks for playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links 5. So about the skill rebalance. So let's do the cards first and then we'll do the skills. Or let's do skills since it's first on here. So for the skills, version 3.5, plan for it to start on March 17th. The date of skill text changes March 25. So in around 5 days or so. So the first one, that's going to be a trick up the sleeve, arcane itself, playing master or dark magicians that will change the skill to better this character. And last gamble, the skill is capable of easily giving you future attacks, so it will make its activation conditions harsher, which in my opinion it's not harsh enough, but let's see what they're changing. So for the a trick of the sleeve, your starting hand will include one level 7 or higher dark spellcaster type monster randomly selected from your deck. This skill will not activate if your deck does not contain any level 7 dark spellcaster type monster, and you cannot special summon effect monsters during your first turn. So the nerf is basically to prevent a blue ice OTK, which is extremely common. And if you played the game in the past several months, you know that a lot of people are still playing blue ice, and they're just OTKing you left and right once they summon the what is it, Cosmos or whatever the level 7 spellcaster is. They special summon that, and then they bring out a blue ice, and that's already game. Even if you have a 2000 attack monster, there's really nothing you can do about it, especially if they're running like a Hatronade or something that eliminates the back row, or if they're running, as I was running, what is it, Breaker the Magical Warrior, or a Destructitron. You just obliterate the opponent. The combo was special summon the Cosmo Brain. I think it's Cosmo Brain. I might be wrong, so do correct me in the comment section below if I have that name wrong. But level 7 spellcaster, like you can ditch a normal monster, you can special summon it, and it comes up at 3000. But anyway, you special summon it, or first you want to summon the Breaker the Magical Warrior, destroy the back row, or Destructitron, whichever one you have. Then you special summon the spellcaster, ditch it, and then you tribute the effect monster to bring out a blue ice and then basically attack for you. So they are making it to where you can still do that, but you can't do it in the very first whenever you activate the skill, or whenever the skill gets activated, which is the very first turn. So that's preventing the first turn KO, I guess. And then the next one, last gamble, can be used from turn 7 onward. Reduce your life points to 1 and shuffle 2 cards from your hand into the deck. Then roll a die and draw cards equal to the number rolled. This skill can only be used once per duel. So they nerfed, I think, the turns after turn 7, and then you do have to shuffle at least 2 cards back, which I think it should have been a little bit stricter. It should have said you have to either ditch your entire hand with a minimum of 2, in my opinion, is what it should have been, instead of just shuffling 2 cards back. So in my opinion, it should have just been go ahead and send your entire hand back to the deck with a minimum of 2, and then roll a die. And the reason because is if you're already low in life points and you activate last gamble, which after turn 7, at that time either you or your opponent are already extremely low in life points, and getting a +6 or a +4 in this instance with just 2 cards, when you have to ditch only 2 cards, you're going to be +4. That's a huge advantage, especially if you're playing against something like Ancient Gears, or playing against something that can easily OTK. I think overall it should have been a little bit harsher. I think it should have gotten nerfed a little bit more, because just getting a +4 out of nowhere, it's just insane. And life points don't really matter as long as you have more than 1. So the fact that you stay at 100 life points it's basically irrelevant, especially after turn 7. So in my opinion, it should have gotten hit way more than it did. But anyway, let's see what else. I think that's it for it. Record of skill changes. Yeah, so basically those 2 skills, Again, last gamble, in my opinion, wasn't nerfed enough. And a Trick Up the Sleeve, it's still going to be the exact same thing. You're just preventing an OTK on the first, or on the second turn rather, not the first. So next for the Forbidden Unlimited list. Okay, so that's not it. This is the first one. Alright, so going down to one, the Quackimero Maximus. So it's understandable. I think it's limiting to one, and their reason is we are limiting this card as having 3 copies of this card has allowed Quackimero decks to consistently end duels in one turn. It's just basically just an OTK, and it's understandable. I think Quackimeros are still going to be decent. I think Ice is just an amazing card. It can destroy almost anything on the field. So I think Quackimeros, they're not going to be like OP as they are now, but they are still going to be relevant in my opinion, especially with having the cores and having we still have a ton of Quackimeros out there that do a ton. Instead of an OTK version, you're going to be seeing I think more control versions. So I wouldn't go ahead and just start expecting less Quackimeros. Instead of OTK versions, you're going to be seeing more control versions. For spellbooks, they're restricting spellbook of eternity. Decks that use this card have had consistently high winning percentage over the course of many months. Therefore, we're limiting this card to prevent the metagame becoming stale. So I really never got into spellbooks, so let me remember what this one does. Target one of your banished spellbook spell cards except spellbooks of eternity. Add that target to your hand. You can only activate one spellbook of eternity per turn. Alright, so basically this lets you get secrets and basically lets you or allows you to start off your combo and allows you to put more spellbooks in the graveyard. So I guess I think secret is the one that should have been restricted, but again, I don't have that much knowledge about spellbooks, so I guess the eternity is a way to slow them down just a little bit. But let's see, limited to 2. Here's where I don't agree with the Quackimeros and hitting the Iron Core of Quackimero to 2. I think it should have stayed at 3 since they hit Maximus to 1. In my opinion, the Iron Core should have stayed at 3. So semi-limited means you can only use 2 cards from that semi-limited list, and that's basically the limit on that. So you can't use any enemy controllers if you're running the Iron Core. So it's for they're saying is we are semi-limiting this card in order to make Quackimero decks less consistent, which they're really once you hit the Iron Core, I think they're really not going to be able to do a lot with just 2 of the Iron Cores. Again, they should stay at 3, but like I said before, you are going to be seeing some Quackimero control, or you're going to be seeing them a lot in like specific decks, like for example. Whenever the dragon comes out, you're going to be seeing them in dragon decks or in earth decks or in their basic archetype where they don't depend on Iron Core. So you're still going to be seeing Quackimero, it's just not like a full-blown Quackimero deck, but unless it's like a specific archetype. And then the Samurai Skull decks that use this card have had a consistently high winning percentage over the course of many months. Therefore, we are semi-limiting this card to prevent metagame becoming stale. So Samurai Skull, I don't think it should have gotten hit, but maybe again, since vampires are a thing, maybe that's the reason they did it. If you don't know what it does, is when this card is normal summoned, you can send 1 zombie type monster from your deck to the graveyard. So basically, you're sending a vampire. As this is a face-up card, and its owner's controller leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 4 lower zombie type monster from your deck except Samurai Skull. So again, they're kind of nerfing vampires, but not really, because vampires can still work really well without the Samurai Skull. And you also still have, Gosuki? Because it's Gosuki. So I guess they're just slowing it down a little bit. But I think after this change, vampires will definitely go up in tier. I think that's basically it. Let's see what else. Oh, they also added some stuff to the card trader, which I didn't think it was that amazing of it. We're getting Cattle Call. Send 1 face-up monster you control to the graveyard, whose original type is Beast Warrior, or Beast. Special summon 1 monster from your extra deck with the same original type, but it cannot attack. Its effects are negated. Also, it is destroyed during the game phase. You can only activate 1 Cattle Call per turn. So overall, it's a decent card. I think the card will get a little bit better when Exceeds come out. For now, I don't see that much use for it unless line to tribute the monsters that you summon for the what is it, that beast trap card that you can tribute a monster and then that attack goes to the other monster. Can't remember it out of the top of my head, but I think that's one of the only uses right now, or maybe you want to use it for an enemy control tribute or something similar to that. But for now, it's just going to be an okay card. When Exceeds come out, I think it's going to be a little bit better. For rares, Tainted Wisdom, level 3 Fiend. When this card is changed from attack position to defense position, shuffle your own deck. Again, not really going to see, or I don't think many people are going to be using this card for anything. So a waste of a rare, and another waste of a rare Skull Knight, Tainted Wisdom plus Ancient Brain, which I guess they're allowing people to get it that didn't get it from that event that they had a while back. But anyway, I think that's gonna be it for today. If you have any questions or comments, any suggestions, do let me know in the comment section below. When it comes to the event, I haven't really had much time to play it. I'm currently at 160, so I haven't really done much of anything yet. Hopefully I get some time to play more tomorrow, and maybe do something with this event. And that's part of it. Is this millions? 1, 2, 3, that's 12 million. That's insane. It is millions, right? No, it isn't. Okay, I saw it. It's just I'm part of all the other ones. But anyway, let's go ahead and leave it off here. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And if you are enjoying my content, do subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.